Rick from Murphy's Diesel did not start with money or fame. He began in a small diesel shop surrounded by broken engines and constant pressure. At many points, people expected him to shut down the business or even go bankrupt because the risks were high. But instead of collapsing, something unexpected happened. He turned struggle into growth and slowly moved from rags to riches. How did he survive when everything seemed against him? And why are there still questions surrounding his real net worth today? Join us as we uncover the truth behind this insane rise. The man before the name Wrecker Rick. Before people began to say the name Wrecker Rick with respect, Rick Murphy was simply a man doing hard work with his hands. There were no cameras, no wide audience, and no online praise. His days were quiet but heavy, filled with long hours, loud machines, and serious responsibility. He worked in the world of towing and diesel repair, a place where strength and focus mattered every single day. This was not soft work. It was rough, demanding, and sometimes dangerous. In some cases, vehicles were transported long distances to reach the shop. This was not common in the early days, but it became more frequent as the channel expanded. The content acted as proof of skill and consistency. This shift changed the structure of the business. Murphy's Diesel was no longer just a local repair shop. It became a destination for specific types of diesel work. The focus on the 7.3L Powerstroke engine attracted a niche audience that valued expertise. At the same time, the YouTube channel continued to grow. Each video added to a library of knowledge. Viewers returned regularly, forming a loyal audience that followed the work closely. The business model began to evolve. Content creation supported the shop by bringing in customers. The shop, in turn, provided real material for content. This created a cycle that strengthened both sides. The more Rick worked, the more he could share. With attention increasing, Rick did not just expand, he started building something far bigger than a repair shop, building machines that broke the internet. As Murphy's Diesel continued to grow, Rick Murphy reached a point where fixing trucks was no longer enough. The shop had built a strong name through repairs and diagnostics, especially with the 7.3L Powerstroke engine. But Rick was not the kind of man to stay in one place for too long. His mind was always working, always searching for something bigger to take on. That next step came in the form of building. Rick began to move beyond repairs and into full-scale fabrication. Instead of only fixing what was broken, he started creating machines that could handle the kind of work most people avoided. This shift did not happen overnight. It came from years of experience, understanding what worked and what failed in real recovery situations. One of the most ambitious projects to come out of Murphy's Diesel was a massive off-road wrecker. This was not a standard tow truck. It was designed for extreme conditions where normal equipment could not survive. The goal was clear from the beginning: build something that could go anywhere and recover anything. The process of building this machine was intense. Each step was shown clearly, allowing the audience to understand the level of effort involved. This is where things began to change in a big way. The content became more than just educational. It became exciting. Each new update brought suspense. Viewers waited to see what would happen next. Would the machine hold together? Would it perform as expected? Would it handle the kind of work it was built for? When the time came to test the wrecker, the tension was real. This was not a simple test. The machine was pushed into situations that demanded strength and control. Heavy vehicles, difficult terrain, and high-pressure recovery tasks became the proving ground. Each successful test added to the reputation of Murphy's Diesel. The audience grew even larger. People were no longer watching only to learn about engines. They were watching to see powerful machines in action. They were watching to see limits being tested. This marked a turning point. With this growth came new challenges. Building machines at this level required more time, more resources, and more responsibility. The stakes were higher. A small mistake in a repair job could be fixed. A mistake in a massive build could lead to serious problems. What does it really cost to operate at the edge where one mistake can mean disaster? The dangerous reality behind the camera. On screen, the work at Murphy's Diesel looks powerful and exciting. Large trucks move through rough ground. Heavy chains tighten. Massive machines pull what seems impossible. Each moment feels controlled and strong. But away from the camera, the reality is very different. Recovery work is not simple. It is not calm. It is not safe. Rick Murphy steps into that world again and again, not for show, but because the work must be done. The ground itself is often the first challenge. Recovery jobs do not happen on smooth roads or stable surfaces. They happen on loose dirt, wet mud, steep slopes, and uneven ground. A truck can shift without warning. A tire can sink. Balance can change in seconds. Rick has to read the terrain before making a move. He studies how the ground will react under pressure. He thinks ahead, planning each step before touching any equipment. This level of awareness is not optional. It is necessary. Then, there are the vehicles. These are not small machines. They are large, heavy, and often damaged. Some are stuck deep in difficult places. Others are overturned or broken in ways that make recovery harder. The weight alone creates risk. A single wrong pull can cause a vehicle to move in an unexpected direction. Rick works with equipment designed to handle this weight. Winch systems pull with great force. Cables stretch under tension. Every connection must be secure. Every angle must be correct. There is no room for guessing. A winch line under pressure carries serious danger. If something fails, it can snap back with force. This is why Rick moves carefully. He checks each setup. He makes sure every part is in place before applying power. Timing is also critical. Many recovery jobs happen at unexpected hours. Calls can come early in the morning or late at night. A truck may be blocking a road. A driver may be stranded in a difficult location. Rick does not choose the timing. He responds when needed. Working at these hours brings its own challenges. Darkness limits visibility. Weather can change quickly. Rain can turn solid ground into mud. Wind can affect balance and control. Each condition adds another layer of difficulty. This work is not staged. There are no second takes. No controlled environment. Every situation is real. And every decision carries weight. Rick cannot pause and reset. He must act with confidence and care in the moment. The risks are always present. There is physical danger in every job. Moving heavy equipment, working around tensioned cables, and standing near unstable vehicles require strength and awareness. One wrong step can lead to injury. There is also financial responsibility. Each recovery involves valuable equipment. A mistake can cause damage. Repairs can be costly. The pressure to perform correctly is always there.